from Lizzie's Reel of Gems. Welcome to our show. Tia, if you're listening, you have to add yourself in because I'm on my phone. I don't know how to work this thing.
I'm sitting here like she's just not gonna act. Why did you wave back?
Well, listen, I
You
can't
didn't
see you
wave
on the
back.
phone. I can't see that
Are you
you're
serious?
waiting.
So I'm sitting here like this. Uh,
Yeah, you're sitting there like this, and I can't see you because on the phone it doesn't show anybody backstage. So how am I supposed to do this all the time if I can't see people backstage?
Hi, Lizzie.
Hi.
I got every one of your annoying messages last night. I was out.
I'm like, she ignores me every Friday night,
It's
people.
not that.
Every Friday night she ignores me and she doesn't want to hang out. I
I
was on
love
the
to
phone
hang
with
out.
Renee and her sister and she didn't even want to come hang out with us.
You were with one of my sisters?
No, I was
Oh.
with Renee and her sister.
Oh, Janae and Janae's sister. Oh, that's
Yeah,
the fun. That's
Jeannie.
the fun crew.
And we were like, I'm like, just try adding Tia in. She's like, I'm not adding her without you asking. That's rude. I'm like, why? Just call her.
You guys know I'm not even like that. There's Lisa. Hi, sweetie. She's like our baby sister. Um, of the pen.
I can't see chat.
Oh,
How do I make chat come up?
oh.
Comments.
Girl, just open your laptop and have it open on the side. There's my
I
game.
have my I have my YouTube open, which nobody goes to my YouTube. They all go to
Stop
your.
that.
And there's nobody in the chat on mine. I
Oh,
feel so alone. Blah blah blah.
so let's talk. It's been a crazy few weeks. It just has been a crazy few weeks. I'm
Yeah.
getting ready to go to the retreat in Texas.
Oh boy, I forgot about that.
I'm so looking forward to. So for me, the retreats are opportunity to just to get out, to hang out with like-minded people, and to like renew and reset. Reset your mindset, reset, balance. Obviously, you're off from work, so you're detaching yourself from daily, work grinds and things. And if you follow me for a while, you know that my work life has been really closely tied to the crafting life. In fact, the job I have now, Rebecca helped me find when I lost my last job because of the pandemic. Last year, this time, um, they were just laying off a lot of people, letting go a lot of people, and things like that. So a year later, um, it's just a crazy vibe that's going on right now. And it's not just us, it feels like it's everywhere, you know. Um, and I get it, I don't think that anybody could have maybe realized the impact that the pandemic and shutting down for months maybe would have had on the business bottom line. So when you're working for a company that should have been extremely stable, that has created some financial opportunities. Is the best way to describe it. When you have to show profit at the end of your fiscal season, if you're a company that's in an executive level position, so that you're able to maintain certain purchasing power, you have shareholders perhaps to answer to, certain things have to be done. And recouping the financial bottom line, that profit margin, is always going to be the number one, option. Try to recoup the financial bottom line. So with that said, there's a lot of companies that are in reorganized mode. And they're reorganizing and restructuring the way that they do business so that they can see more profitability. The unfortunate part is the human aspect may not absorb that need. We lost 254 people. in the last probably 6 months.
Wow.
And this past week and a half, they started on management.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So we have lost 16 to 18. And these are not like entry level, next, second level. We're talking, they're going third and fourth level. Um, 16 to 18 on top of like 254, like entry level. Um, maybe next tier up employees. That's a lot of restructuring. I think the reason it hit me so hard is because in June,
It
and
was
you guys
like the last time you went to this retreat, this happened.
correct, and you know that I had somebody that looked out. And so because of how much time I keep in time off, I could take off 3 weeks with no issue. Everybody doesn't have the kind of time that I have. I probably keep close to 4 or 5 months in time off. So I was able to take off 3 weeks, and the first hit and run, I was able to just camp through and be gone. And that was like valuable information. That manager is gone. And so, because it was great timing last year, obviously it posed great timing again this year. And so for me, I was able to be off again. You guys heard about that infamous road trip? Yeah. During that trip, I got a lot of calls from, coworkers, and things were happening again. The unfortunate part is while I was gone, a real high ranking manager that, I reach out to a lot. He's probably 3 levels above me. He tried to position me into another department um, really strenuously. Like they were absolutely in need, but there's just one little holdout that I had, in embracing new information. I'm old, I don't want to have to remember too much stuff. um, anyway, it's hard to see people that look out for you and want to see you do well. It's hard to see them struggle and suffer. And he gave us a very tearful goodbye this past week. And when you're in a job world, you almost feel like, wow, with somebody that was looking out for you, you have confidence. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you got a foundation. When that person is gone, that's really worrisome. So, uh,
I I'm teary eyed today.
you're teary eyed. Don't be teary eyed.
I was watching, what's her channel now? Um, I gotta look because I'll forget. I was
You
watching,
forgot in the time that you last watched her and this moment?
like, you know me, I'm bad at names.
Horrible.
Don't hold it against me. I am a
Horrible.
nice person. I just can't remember your damn name. So, what is her name? I'll see her one of her videos. It's one. She's very popular. So why I can't think of it? Diamond Painting Anonymous.
How
Am
did
I
you forget
correct?
that?
I just remembered. I had a brain fart.
The
But
anonymous alone.
pretty sure that's her name. Yes, Diamond Painting Anonymous. I can't pronounce it now. Whatever.
Well, what did she say?
Well, she was talking about because she's in the transition of their move. Like, I don't know if people follow her or whatever, but she's in the transition of moving from the US to Canada.
Okay.
So she has one son that's going with her to Canada, but her daughter is grown up, lives on her own, and is staying in the US. So then she's talking about how she's going to miss her and blah, blah, blah. And then I just thought about Alyssa, and she's my baby, and she's gone. And I just started crying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I tried to prepare you. Alyssa was just really, she's with it. She embraced like growth really fast. And I remember telling you she ain't coming back home from college. I just didn't know what happened. So like she was very structured in her mentality. So I do miss her coming into our conversations and her updating me. I used to tease her something awful. You got a man? You got a little boyfriend you liking? Oh man. And now she out in the world.
I know.
My
Gail,
baby.
Gail says she watches her sometimes. Yeah, I really like her whipping chats. And you know me, I'm all about whipping chats. I like to listen to people while I diamond paint and, find out what they're up to. And sometimes you get to find out, what their style of diamond painting is as well, not just yours. Everybody has their own flair of what they like and what they do not like. And she's kind of like me. She doesn't want to buy just because you want to buy something that you want to diamond paint eventually. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, you know? So, and then what Strathroy, where I live, was featured on Hometown Hauntings, but it hasn't aired yet on the station. I don't know if it's aired in the US, but it hasn't aired in Canada. But I got to watch it through, streaming. And I tell you, that stupid show had me so freaked out
I don't watch that kind of stuff. Uh,
about my town. Like, you don't even understand. Like, they said that there is a ghost of a librarian downtown. I never even knew about this ghost of a librarian downtown.
you
And then
probably walk past her or she walked through you all the time. Um, mm-mm,
probably.
mm-mm,
And then they said between 1959 to 1984, there were three serial killers in the area. I only know of one, and they killed 29 people.
that's too many.
But I only knew
Not that
five.
one or two isn't,
Seven.
but that's a lot.
Yeah, I knew of one in the 70s, but I didn't know about the other ones. So
Mm-mm.
that was kind of interesting. And that Strathroy is plagued a lot with fires, which I guess is true now that I look back in history, right? And I guess there was a derailment. There was one not too long ago, a couple of years ago, but it was like a freight one. It wasn't one with passengers, but I guess back in, I don't know what, I forget the year they said, there was a passenger one and 29 people died on that one.
Mm.
So they were like saying maybe some of these ghosts are the passengers of that train. And I'm like thinking, what the hell?
Okay, I've changed my mind. I'm not coming to see you no more.
And then this one, they show these two houses. In the one house, there's this old man that shows up with overalls, and he kind of looks like my grandpa. I'm not kidding you. And he's like, if, like they have the characters, and like it freaked me right the heck up when I was watching it. I was kind of scared to go to bed that night. I'm like, they're like, okay, creepy man with overalls, stay on that side of town. Don't come over the
Mm.
railroad tracks to my side of town.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm
Very
coming
much.
to visit anymore now. I was trying to plan out my 2025. Obviously, I have a lot of PTO. Canada is on the list, obviously Michigan. I want to see my buddy. It's 2025, so it was time for me to go see my bestie Billy. Um, I just got to figure out what week would be best, but I'm probably either before or after the retreat. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see if he's eating healthy and doing all the things that I used to get on him about. So I'm excited there. Um, I got some good news for us. Um, so I come in last night. I was out with coworkers. We had lost so many people, and they told us at the wrong time. It was like right before we were all about to end our day. And so the ones that are local, Alaska is still on the list, Lisa, just so you're aware. And I do need to put a date on that. But yeah, Alaska is still on the list. Yep. And we obviously, we got the tearful announcement and things like that towards the end of our day. So we all decided to go for drinks and things. And you just, I work virtually, so I might not be in the know about a lot of things. You said we should go ghost hunting. Lizzie would be on her own fighting ghosts. She'd go to turn, she'd go to turn her head, and, and she'd be
Could
standing there
you
by
imagine us going into a haunted house together?
herself.
My gosh,
Yeah,
hallelujah.
I'd be
That
like
would
this.
that would be
I'd be
something
like
to
this.
watch on YouTube.
But I'm pretty sure I can't run, but I'm pretty sure I can get this knee to move faster than Lizzie can get her knee to move.
Probably.
We would be bumbling idiots.
I'd probably pee my pants. I'm not gonna lie.
So we go out, we are all depressed. Everybody had more than they should have, to be honest. I had two, not one, two watermelon martinis. Oh my lord. Whoo, delicious. And so Anchorage, Alaska has a haunted hotel that is one of the top 10 haunted
Oh,
places.
there you
Oh,
go. Yeah, you got to book that hotel.
I'm either staying with Berta or Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Berta's going into this retreat 2 days early. I should have went down 2 days early to hang with her. I'm only going in one day early. But I should have definitely booked earlier. Um, I told her we could have painted
When
the
is
tent.
this retreat? Next weekend?
Not next week, the week after. So it's 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks
So
from
we
today.
won't have a live?
We may be able to go live that morning. Probably from my room because these are like the rooms are like townhouses. So you have kitchen, full kitchen. You have a stove as well. It's not just a kitchenette. You have a dining room. You got a living room with a fireplace and a TV above the fireplace, and two bedrooms. So they look like apartments. Um, so yeah, I probably could go live from there. Just set up, boom. Hi, how y'all doing? That's me. Probably have to go live on my iPad or phone. Maybe try and get in touch with the difficulties that you find yourself facing. So I come in last night, and my son is in on the game. He's got like a video, session going on with him and some of his friends. So I go in the kitchen. I'm trying to, I'm gonna cap the night off with some milk. Might as well. I go in the kitchen, and the friends don't hear me. They didn't know that I was in yet, and they're like, "So we getting up in the morning?" And and my son was like, "Y'all serious?" And he was like, "Yes, them two are hilarious." And he was like, "Maybe." He was like, "I hear them all the time. They are my favorite YouTubers." And they were like, "We should watch." And what did they say? Like sky cap or broadcast into, look at you messing up. Uh, what did they say? Anyway, they were talking about us and our show. The young fellas get up and they watch us through their game system. And so they were talking about broadcasting our show while they're playing on the game so that them and all of the other, they think that we're hilarious, especially when we go back and forth. But here's what I need y'all to do. Don't be watching us on no one single stream. Why don't all of 9 of y'all tune in? I don't get this one person and then you stream it and all of y'all are watching what one person watch. You could at least help your auntie out. So I'm gonna tell you right now. I know y'all was talking about broadcasting us to your game channel. Each individual one of you need to log in and go on and help Lizzie out and log in on her channel. Lizzie, stop that. You are being so bad. Anyway, when they said that, I thought it was so funny. They didn't know that I was in, and I definitely was like, hey, you guys are going to broadcast my show? Okay, great. So that catches you guys up with what's been going. I mean, I've been working day and night. I do have a new manager who I'm reporting to. He has been with the company for, I think he said 16 years, which is very scary because some of the people that were let go have the same tenure. My last manager had been there for almost 10 years. So hopefully I'm going to get Lizzie. She over here, she didn't lost her mind.
The other people can't see it. Only you can see it because they're on your chat. And I'm typing in my chat all by
I
myself.
knew. I could tell you were rocking.
Oh, Tana came over. No, I'm not alone.
Hi, Sue. Let me go ahead and say hi to everybody since I spoke to these fellas. They want to log in one time and then broadcast us all over the place, causing us to lose viewership. Hello, hello, hello.
Who are you talking about? I'm like lost.
Those are my son's friends. You didn't hear a word I said. I said I came home. He was on that video. She was so busy. She's so in her mind. She's singing that song. I never need anyone. She's I didn't want to go straight to the chorus. She says I get her copyrighted and she gets zings because of things I do. So
no, it's just that video.
That's why she moved. That's why you guys see her. She got that song playing in her head. Oh, my. That song, in case you guys are wondering. That's what she's bobbing to. Oh, my cousin Tammy's here in the house.
No, she's in mine now.
I have been watching her for a long time. She's talking about the Canadian lady. She's in your house. You feel good? So, lady. Here we go. That was the haunted house tip. Yep. All righty.
You go, girl. Work that mouse. Work that mouse.
You are so bad. So let's get caught up. 2 weeks. What have you been watching on TV? Everything is about to start. Fall lineup and things like that.
Not yet. Like not till like the 23rd, 25th year.
Really? Okay.
There's a new show coming out, something about murder. I forget the title. Murder's in the title.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah, I don't remember. And then there's a new Matlock, and she's a
I
woman.
heard about that. Yeah, I'm definitely.
That should be interesting. I want to watch that.
I'm definitely gonna watch that. Sue left me and came over to you. Are you happy? She said she's here.
Yes. I see you. Thank you. And Gail came over. Everybody's coming to visit me. I'm working on my Halloween. I think I'm going to be done before the end of September.
Look at you.
That's what am I going to do for Halloween? Maybe I should put it aside for a while.
Why would you do that?
What?
That's how to become whips. Sue Layton says she's on both channels. Thank you for the love, Sue.
Well, she is talented. She's on both. I should tell everybody. Okay, everybody, get 2 devices and get them going.
You are so bad. You are
bad. Okay, then, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, TV show. I've been watching on Prime Haven. Have you ever watched Haven? It's kind of like supernatural kind of a thing. It's about this town in Maine that they call them troubles, and then there's this girl that helps the people with the troubles and stuff. I'm on like season 4. It's getting kind of weird now, but I still like it. It's a good show.
It
That's
wasn't weird until
watching.
season 4.
It has 5 seasons, so I'm like, oh, good, lots of seasons I can watch while I diamond paint. So that's what I've been watching. Driving Clem crazy because he hates all my TV shows. Like he doesn't
Okay, so that's Haven.
anything I watch. Anything I watch, he hates.
What's the next show that you watch? Haven, obviously, guys, check that out. Is it exclusive to Canadian TV or is it like,
It was on Prime. I don't know if it's
okay,
on
so it's on
American
Prime.
Prime, but
Okay,
it's on Canadian Prime. I'm pretty sure it's an American show. It's in May.
okay. It's in Maine, that's true. So, what's the next show that you find yourself watching?
Like I said, I'm having a hard time finding stuff to watch because I've watched everything.
Um, I have not, I've been really trying to just keep myself from falling into a depression. I've been having eye issues, and because of the eye issues, I've been going to doctor or optometrist, and I've been trying to get ahead of any medical issues. In that plight to understand, because my father had a detached retina, and so in that plight to better understand, what caused it, why, and make sure it's nothing genetic, I have started to try and research my family history.
Oh, you did a DNA test, did you?
I've been had one of those done, and my father, he did he did something genetically a few years ago where not few, it was in 2000 or 2001, and so I had to at that point, consent and things like that because we were trying to do like family ties. So it was him, I think one of his sisters, and then me and things. And so we did get like our genetic makeup and things like that. I didn't care. I was so young at the time, that it wasn't really prevalent on my mind. When you get older, you do want to better understand your family history, your cultural makeup and design and things. So, you guys, there's no stranger to knowing that, I'm made up of Black, Native American, Portuguese, and Chinese. So I'm trying to get in touch with more of, because I know more about like my grandmother, my mom's mom. She's Native American. Oh, I know the most about her family history. I'm obviously my grandfathers. They were African American, so I know a lot about their. I'm trying to get more information, especially on the Asian side, and with some of the things that my grandparents had, or might have had, family histories and things like that. So I reach out to, we call her Grandma Rose. My dad called her Mommy Rose because his mom passed away when he was young. I was alive. I still know my grandmother, but I don't know her like to communicate with her. Just knew her as grandma. We got good stuff from her. And so got to talk to one of her best friends who went on to be called, Mommy Rose by my dad and his siblings. And boy, the things that you hear when you're an adult and adults feel like you're ready to receive information, it's so full of strife, and I guess, when you hear about your hair, I think what I'm detached from is understanding the way the world evolved back in those days and how much difficulty, it was for maybe women, younger women, and things, and how their struggle brought them to the United States in the first place. So hearing a lot of that stuff is weighed on me. So that's why I was saying I'm so looking forward to this retreat, just to detach my mind from everything and to be able to just, how when you're looking for something, the first time that you found out about like diamond painting, or the first time that you found out about whatever your favorite craft is, and you just were excited and you couldn't wait to maybe meet up with like-minded people, that's where my mind and my heart is at right now. Just ready to just get into something and absorb myself in it. Detach.
Clem did a DNA test on his, like, sent one in from his mom.
Hmm.
He took it on his mom to see what her background is, even though he kind of knows he just wanted it. So he's done himself, and now he's done his mom. So he's just waiting back to see what it says. But you need to change the flipping batteries and that fire alarm.
You can still hear it?
Yeah, how can you live? That would drive me nuts if I heard that every day.
I hear it every day.
Call the building manager.
I have. She
Are
don't
the
care.
are the ceilings high?
Yeah, we have to call a building. Remember, I told you that's how my brother shattered his hip last year, trying to change a light bulb on his own. The ceilings are so high, you can't do anything here on your own. You have to call a building manager.
Say,
The problem
if
is,
you don't come up here and fix this fire alarm, I'm calling the fire department because it's against regulations that I have a non-working fire alarm.
that might be true, but it's
It is
still,
true in Canada. I don't know about the US, but in Canada it is.
I'm going to give you the phone and I'm going to let you call for me. See how good a sister Lizzie is? She going to get shit done all the way from Canada. There you go. I don't even hear it anymore. I can't believe you hear it.
I
Um,
hear it.
ah,
It's
I'm still
just as
waiting.
annoying as my bird.
I'm
The,
still waiting
the
to get
bird's being
my
quiet
fire.
now.
Here's where they're breaking the law. They came. Remember, I told you they sent those most good-looking firemen to test the alarms. Um, and when one of them was here, I said, "I thought you was coming to get my extinguisher." He was like, "No, we're here to actually test the alarms." And I was like, "You gonna be doing this all day?" He said, "Yes." And they literally just was pressing the button for. They were here in my place about 2, maybe 3 hours. I said, "You do know I work," and he
Two
was like,
to 3 hours to press a button? Why were they pressing this button, Tia?
"I don't know." The gentleman that was with me, I took him. Well, I work right here in my room, so I brought him on up in here with me. So
Obviously, they weren't testing it because it still doesn't work.
that's what I'm getting at. That's all what I'm getting at. But I spent good time with this gentleman, you know.
Yeah,
And
not
anyway,
talking about the fire alarm, obviously. Was it dinging in the background when he was there?
yeah, no, it wasn't dinging yet. It started not too long after he left. Maybe it's an excuse to come back. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little too much for the men right now.
Did you
I
get
got hit
your,
on.
did you get his number? Say, hey buddy, can you come check my fire alarm again?
So I got his card, not his number. But the reason he gave me his card, so I had him in here with me, and I said, I work. I got to work from home. And he was like, "No, I didn't know that." And I was like, "Why do you think I'm here in the middle of the day?" And he was like, he hadn't thought about it. So I bring him in here, and I was like, "Well, you have to come to work with me because I can't stand out here." We was in the ceilings is high, but we were out like in the dining room, and then we were in the living room. I can't stand out here with you. I got work to do. Come on. So he comes in, and I bring a chair in for him to sit next to me while I'm working. And the other guy is pushing a button. They got another guy with a walkie-talkie. He in the hallway, and then they have, I guess, other people in other units and things like that.
So what was
So I
that
said,
guy supposed to do?
huh?
What was the other guy doing then? The one that came in your room. What was he supposed to do?
I was showing him my job. I don't know
What
what he was
happens
supposed
if
to
the
do.
other fireman fell off the ladder and he's
Well,
in the bedroom with Tia?
that's right, Tammy. She was leaning in. I don't notice it, Sue, until Lizzie said something. It started a day or two after this guy left. Now, let me finish what the other stuff that he did. So we're sitting there and I'm showing him my job and, and how I investigate and things. And I said, I really thought you were here to take the fire extinguisher. And he was like, why would I take the fire extinguisher? I said, don't y'all supposed to? Yeah, I said, come on now, help connect the dots. Tell me something. I know people come, they get the fire extinguisher, then they bring a new one back or something. So he was like, all right, let's go. So I took him and showed him my fire extinguisher. And he said, yeah, it's time to change it. And I'm like, okay, well, you going to do that? And he was like, that's not what I'm here for. So I say, I need you to tell the office, because that's what I'm pretty sure the message that we all got about this is that you guys were coming out to check the fire extinguishers, not to press the button on the fire alarms. So then he gets a message to our building manager. And the message that he got to them was they need to have their fire extinguishers. It's coming up. It was supposed to be by October. And it's coming up on, their annual check. You need to check them or swap them out. So they sent us a message and told us we have to bring our fire extinguishers down. In the interim, not only do we have this going off, but we took our fire extinguishers down to the office. They're supposed to replace them all and bring them back. I rent, and I still don't have my fire extinguisher.
So you have no fire extinguishers. You have a broken fire alarm. So you can't cook.
I mean, what do you think now is a good time to pull out the card that he gave me
No,
and start burning some
no
candles
candle burning for
and start
you.
burning some candles? Whew,
She
Lord,
rents. She rents, so she
I
can go
read.
down and tell them. Listen, I pay my rent. I pay for a working fire extinguisher. Deduct $20 off my rent.
Uh, oh, and last night I got hit on by the kid. He looked 19. I believe he was older, but he
You got
looked
hit on where? Oh, that's why you weren't talking to me on the phone and you're ignoring me.
the little boy.
The
Literally,
truth comes out.
the little boy was so cute, girl. Oh, Lord, I wish I could just shave off 45 years. I really do. Um, the little boy says, I would think that would be. I do too, Tammy. I do too. I think I'm gonna pull out the card. He gave me his card, the fireman, and I think I'm gonna call
Tell them, listen,
him.
this building won't come change the batteries in my car.
Yes, Sue. I believe. Well, I know the neighbor directly across from us, cat a corner to us. I know his is. So I don't know like every unit on the floor, but I know his is also beeping. I don't know what they did, but something wasn't done right, or they pressed the button and mistakenly left it in. I'm not sure. Anyway, the little boy. I don't know how old he is. He just looked young. He looked very young. The older I get, the younger these young boys look to me. And
Go to Home
so,
Depot.
what's in Home Depot?
A ladder so Justin can climb up and freaking change the batteries.
Justin, I got something for you. You hear this, Justin? I know you guys are tuning in and you guys are streaming us on your gaming platform. Lizzie said that to resolve this issue, that she needs you to get up on that ladder and change. I don't even know what's wrong with it. It could be a battery, but I
That's
wouldn't
what
know.
it is. It's the battery needs changing. It's telling you I'm low.
I'm low, low, get low, get low, get low.
I'm surprised. Some buildings now they have the plug-in ones, so they don't need a battery. They plug into
It
the
plugged
high,
into work.
and they
See,
have
that's
like
what I
batteries
think this
for
one.
backup.
Yeah, that's what I think this is. Because when they were pressing the buttons, it was sending something through the whole building. And I thought that was neat. I was asking him a gazillion questions, the pain in the butt that I am. Anyway, about this kid. This kid says to me, um, I'm sitting there, I'm doing like this or something. I'm on my second watermelon margarita, and I'm just sitting there. It was six of us, and the other five, they were in some sort of conversation I missed out on. Um, I do too, Sue. I think it's a building issue, but because I do know that our systems are all tied. Like she said, the kind that plug in, that's why they're so high up because they're not the regular traditional ones that we would put into our own homes and things. Long story short, I'm sitting there, I'm like this, and I turn away and I'm like watching. There was some TVs and things, and I couldn't hear the volume, but I'm watching. There's some sort of sport on the screen, and the little boy comes in front of me and he goes, "You are so pretty." And I said, "Thank you. I love your butterflies." And I'm like, "You want to go home with me?"
You said that?
Yes. I told you I had two watermelon mojitos. I don't think I was expecting it. And the little boy was and I was like, these are not shy shoulders that you are talking to. The people that were with me that were ignoring me all of a sudden are listening to our car, and he just starts to turn red. And I was like, "Why did you say that?" He was like, "I don't know what I was thinking." I was like, "You could have said that to the wrong person. This would have went totally different. You coming with me or not?" Ah, when I tell you his face was red, he was so cute. He looked so young. That was one of y'all sons out there. I'm sorry. I didn't have no compunction. There was no shame at all. I literally said, "You want to come home?" If the building manager won't do anything, I would let the fire department know what is happening. That is a dangerous situation. Exactly. Lizzie's been getting on me for it's been about 2, maybe 3 weeks. So it is time, it is time, for me to use that card. I want to be able to position the issue. But if he thinks I'm flirting, I do want him to, understand that that's probably the case also. This guy is blonde, though. I don't have good luck with blonde men.
No.
Not at all.
I've never
At,
dated a blonde man.
um, yeah, he's blonde. He's like blonde, blonde. He's like Thor blonde. Blonde hair, blue eyes, so I'll have to go and get it. It is over in the, what you call it. I kept the card because, well, I guess he was passing them out to everybody, but I kept the card because he gave it to me right here. It was like an intimate moment. He gave it to me right here. It was.
If he gave it to everybody, you surprised someone else hasn't called and complained.
It might be true. Somebody else might. Well, no, they couldn't have because the beeping still going on. So I'm gonna be the shero, and I'm gonna save the building. I'm gonna pull that card up, and I'm gonna call him. You remember me? You remember me? That's what I'm gonna do.
You are?
Now I'm gonna give him a call. Yes, you were here in our building. It's been about 2 weeks. I took you to work with me. Sue said, "Go get it." No, I'm not going to get up and go plunder for it, but I do know it's out in the kitchen or my dining room. It's in there somewhere. I think I left it either on the counter or my daughter put it over on the table.
For what?
Like how you have like the card
Oh, the card.
for the for the fire guy. Sue's trying to hook me up
Oh, well, if he was in the bedroom with you, why isn't it on your desk?
because remember I told you we kept going into the other room. He
Oh,
was pressing the button. I was trying to learn something, but I was teaching a lesson also. It's just a lesson he didn't want to have to learn. I was showing them how I investigate. I had them sitting in the chair. I had them sitting in the chair next to me. When you get older, those little moments matter. They probably a young pretty girl be like, "Ann, girl, stop. That's we on the same level. That's how we look at that. That we on the level. May not move us towards anything, but that was a level that we reached together."
So let's talk diamond paintings.
What do you want to talk about?
How far are you on your diamond painting?
On the You talking about on my cross stitch conversion? Let me show. I got my butterfly coming in. I worked on this for 3 hours last week.
3 hours.
See my butterfly?
Are you flipping kidding me?
What are you talking about? That's progress. The butterfly wasn't there before. And now moving across this way, more butterflies.
You should have had that top section done by now. All of it, all the way across.
Lizzie, there's no way that I can't. I can't diamond paint during the week. I work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
What did you do
So
last night?
I just told you what I did last night. Did she not hear me, guys?
Oh, you went out with your friends,
With coworkers.
co-workers. And then you got drunk, you got tipsy, went to bed and ignored me.
I was ignoring you while I was still at the restaurant when you were messaging. You were interrupting. It was coming up, and I'm like, up. And then the next message, I'm up. I sent you a message before I went to bed. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thought
see,
after.
I thought of
I
you.
should have called you then and I would have really interrupted your flirting time.
You should have called. It was
Janae,
me just scaring
Janae,
the heck out of that little boy.
look, Janae must have stayed up super late because she's not even in the live.
You talking about Janae?
I left them at 2 in the morning. I'm like, I
Well,
gotta.
if I'd have known that, well, that's what time around the time I messaged you.
Well, I left my phone in here and
So
went
you ignored my message. You didn't even get it.
I went to the bedroom and oh my god, I have to tell you about this dream. Okay, I told you about that show I was watching and it's been freaking me out at night. So last night I had this dream. It was the weirdest dream I've ever had. I was sleeping and Marlo, remember Marlo?
Yeah, the cat that ran away from you.
Yeah, but he came back and now he lives with Alyssa. Came back and now he lives with Alyssa. He was biting my foot like super, super hard. And then I'm like, ow, get off of me. And I woke up and my foot was in pain. Like something bit me.
Maybe it was a snake.
A snake. I mean, like chomping. Ah, like bite.
What would be able to do that in your house?
Nothing.
So you're saying
But
that
I woke up and I felt the pain in my foot. Now, I didn't look to see if I had a bite mark. I don't think I did. No. But that's what it felt like. Why would I dream about that?
because you're watching some crazy, scary show and it's putting things in your head.
Sue said maybe it was my boyfriend. No, he was sleeping on the couch. He was not very nice last night. He slept on the couch all night. Left me in bed by myself.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
I don't know. Right now he's sleeping in there. I get out and then he goes in. Now he's in there because I'm probably being too loud out here for him. I don't know. I think he might be up now.
So I mean not Sue, Tammy asked about getting on Crystal Canvas Arts, and I am having some difficulty accessing the page.
Warning popped
It's
up.
giving me a privacy error.
For which one?
Crystal Canvas Art. Not that one. Get one out of my drawer.
Oh,
I still get one out of my drawer and use.
let me talk to her. How can you live with that alarm beeping all day long? How does she live with it?
Did you hear what Lizzie said? Yeah, Auntie Lizzie said, "How do you live with the fire alarm beeping?" Oh, I think I just naturally tuned it out. Say that one more time so she can hear you louder. I'm the teacher. Come and say it louder. I don't think she can hear you. I think I just naturally tuned it out. I hear worse.
Tunes it out. Oh my gosh.
Worse noises during the day. She said she a teacher. She hear a lot worse noises during the day. She has naturally tuned it out. I told you the same thing. I don't even notice it until Amy posted she was having an upgrade. Okay. I don't notice it till people say something.
Well, it's kind of like me in the train. I don't notice the train unless I'm sitting here quiet on a whip and chat. Then I notice the train going by. But all day long, I don't notice it unless I'm doing a whip and chat.
She's got on her mermaid outfit without me.
Oh, she's going mermaiding without you.
She's going to work.
Work? Oh, at the school?
I left my jacket in here. Have a good day. Call your brother.
My sister today gave me a lecture about my stash, which I don't even think my stash is huge at all. I said, my friend Tia from Vegas has like over 400 paintings, and you're complaining about my little dinky stash?
How much do you have in your stash?
Probably 100 or less.
Oh, that's not a stash. Well, I guess it is.
I said, well, I need to go to Vegas
That's
and
the
go
start
shopping.
of a good stash. Everyone's always saying that.
I'm going to Vegas to go shopping in Tia's closet.
Oh God, you sound like my son.
You should get I should be like a game show. You got 1 minute to pick as many as you can, and I'd be shoving them down my pants.
That's probably true.
Someone asked so many of them, I wouldn't be able to look through them all in a minute to figure out which ones I wanted.
Now, I think the biggest problem is that I still see stuff that I want to buy. I don't buy in the numbers that I used to. Like I used to, it was nothing to buy 4 at a time. You know, I might buy 1 or 2. I definitely am only at this point buying something that I must have in my collection. If I never get to it.
It's coming towards the end of the year, and we really need to start to thinking about love is in the air.
Yeah, we should start thinking about love is in the air.
Just so you know. Tia procrastinates till the last minute.
You sound like J-Rob. I do. Because I'm the type of person.
Oh, I didn't go. I missed J-Rob's live last night, but I really like her new haircut. It's so cute. So cute.
I'm the type of person that, if you give me a docket, like how, I know that our show goes live Saturday 7. You might not hear from me again until Saturday at 7, but I'm going to be there unless I'm having an issue. I'm going to be there.
Listen to Susan. Love is not in the air. We should do that one this year. Love is not in the air.
I still have one holdout, one gentleman that I'm still communicating with from the online dating apps that you guys set me up with and things like that. We are becoming what I would call great friends. That's
Wow.
but it's
I,
probably
I could say there's no love in the air here either because my boyfriend's sleeping. Ah,
you
he's
guys are something else. No
he's
love in the air for Sue. No love in the air for Tammy. Mm. We will be also. Let's talk about our. Obviously, we want to do some zooming this fall. I believe that's something that we are talking about starting come October. We are going to
who is
do
who's thinking of this, and why am I only hearing this now?
stop it. You did not just now hear it was your idea. Remember, we're going to wear our crowns. We're going to open up a Zoom and we are going
Oh,
to
okay, okay.
empower and uplift.
We're
You see,
actually doing this.
yeah, we're going to actually do it. Obviously, more people are purchasing their crowns and things. We did do what we call a crown consult, where we went through the various colors of crowns that we know are available. If you're looking, Temu has them. Temu, however you say
I
it.
call it Timu.
Temu. I've heard it said so many different ways. But they have a beautiful selection with all the various,
They
gems.
even have jewelry to match.
Correct. They have the jewelry to match and things. And so, one of the things that we want to do with our, I don't know what we're going to call it, but I had a couple of names that I wanted to toss around. Look at you. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And so, what obviously, we want to have a season of just empowering, uplifting, an open forum where we as women can kind of come together and just kind of support one another through whatever, is popping through our mind. Um, while you may not have love in the air around you, we want to create the environment where you're tuning in to get some love in the air, at
You
least
know
from
how
us.
many people are trying to steal your crown, Tia?
No, no, no. No one's trying to steal it. It is something that's an open forum for all.
No, at my house, the one I got you.
Oh, the one you bought me.
Yeah,
That one right there
my
cannot be stolen.
sisters tried to steal it. Alyssa's tried to steal it.
Alyssa can borrow it. That was my baby. She can borrow it, but she gotta give it back so that Auntie can wear it. Ah, anyway, I wonder if I left my bobby pins in the other room.
Can you use your butterflies?
I
Your
like.
hair is so curly, it probably hold it up no problem.
See, I think my butterfly crown is in the place that my regular crown should be. If you, I'm going to give you guys a quick
Time
tip.
for
That was funny.
Linda. Alright.
I'm going to give you a quick tip. If you are buying a crown, I feel like this one right here is the best crown to buy. If you guys can't see it, it's a hole, and they give you these real sturdy. I mean, the bobby pins that come with it are really sturdy.
I had
So,
to buy some bobby pins from the dollar store, so the Timu ones don't come with bobby pins.
I don't know. This one was bought for me. This one was bought for me, and it came with the bobby pins. I'm not sure where it came from because it was a gift, and we don't, say, hey, where you get it? How much you pay for it? Um, this one is the one Lynette got me, the one you mostly see me wear. But as you can see, the side. So this one is like
Which
pressurized.
one's the
Okay,
one that you got from that retreat I went to that you had to get from the elephant bag? The white
this is the
elephant.
one.
Was it that way?
I think, or the one I had before this. I love this. It's dainty. It's small. It's not too much.
I was
But
trying to get big because I wanted like to be over top of you, but I didn't think I accomplished that with this crown.
you think it's you want me to have a big one?
No, I was going to get a big one to outpower you.
Oh, look at her. You guys see that? Linda says, I love the crown, Lizzie. I'm going to come back for the replay. I'm at the farmer's market. Oh, thank you for tuning in.
My sister tried to go to the farmer's market in Scrath, but it wasn't on this weekend anymore. It's done.
So in the news, I'm not doing any real news. This
To
is
go
just
scare them all off.
you silly. um, I did mention this when I went live last week about the concerns about my daughter, Taylor Swift, being in a fake relationship.
What?
Yes,
So her and that football player are not together?
they are. Obviously, they're in a season where they're trying to dispute the legitimacy of information. But apparently, there was some document that came out that showed that their relationship wasn't authentic and that they had, oh, oh,
I seen a picture of her and Post Malone pretty close together.
Sue, who?
She might like the bad boys. Bad no, how do you
Yep.
say bad boys. What you gonna
Um,
You know some
what?
fool downtown last night? Oh,
Sue has her friend over.
Tyler called me up and said, Mom, can you pick me up for work? And this is after I watched that freaky show. 6:30 in the morning, it's still dark outside, okay? So I was a little freaked out going to my car to go take Tyler to work, but I did it because he's my son. And then he's like, "Oh well, I forgot my drink at home. Can you?" And I'm like, "Fine, I'll go to Timmy's and I'll buy you a bottle of Coke at Timmy's and I'll get myself a coffee." And I tried to go downtown, and the cops were blocking one part of downtown. And I'm thinking, "What the heck's going on?" And then some fool got in a fight with somebody, and then the cops were called. He barricaded himself in the apartment and then starts throwing probably the other people's belongings out the window. So he couldn't even go down that part of town because this fool was doing that. Till like probably they didn't get him out of the apartment till like probably 10 a.m. And this was it started at 2 a.m. Believe that?
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it. It's tie tie.
I live in a small town, so things like this are probably everyday situations in Vegas. We don't see them very often here. You know?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have people probably walking down naked down the strip. For all I know.
Yes, we do.
See?
They got to cover up the main private area though, or
I live a sheltered life.
boobies
And
are nothing. Those can hang out and flap. We as women, we don't matter. So boobies can hang out, but men can't walk down the strip and just let it all hang out. That would be an issue.
that would be an issue for me too. I don't want to see it.
You are so not being truthful. You would be looking like, look at that. You would be, Tia, step back so I can see. She'd be trying to look around me. Oh, do you see? So boy, would I love to start a reactionary trip or tour where people come to Vegas and I take them on the tours of crazy stuff here in Vegas and then record their reactions to them.
You could probably get really famous on TikTok doing that. You should start
Probably.
a TikTok channel.
I do have a TikTok channel. It's just a Y.
Yeah, but you should like start posting stuff like on your drives to the car wash.
Oh, I use that time for you. Tour my city with me and Lizzie. Lizzie will be like, "Where are you going?" I gotta get me a milkshake.
Oh, because the girl flirts with her at the milkshake shack. At the milkshake shack.
Yeah, I get hit on these shoulders see action from men and women. They're usually people that I probably would never ever even think about giving a chance. Women and young boys.
I really think Tia's too picky.
You do? Why?
I just do. It's either you're too picky or you're afraid.
I don't know if there is a clear distinction between the two. I am definitely open to understanding a little bit more. I don't
I
know
think
if it,
if some guy came up to you and said, "Hey, man, let's hit the hay," you would be like all like, "Oh, I don't want
I
to do."
like I like to be the intimidating factor. I don't like to be
Yeah, but
intimidated.
you can't just be all talk and no action.
I would be action with the right one. It's just
Well,
if
if
you
you
look
want to be
86,
action with the right one, don't lead on the other ones thinking that they're gonna get some action.
how do I do that? By being willing to at least give them a try and go on a date?
No, not that. But if you like talk, like you talk to that little kid,
Well, I asked him to come home with me.
yeah.
That's what I said. I just said I like to be the intimidating factor, not to be intimidated. He's cute. If we put a decade or two on him, he could have come home with me.
They do
Again,
say younger men like the cougars.
mm-mm, mm-mm. They can't be younger than my son. And he looked, I don't know how old he was, but he looked young. He could have been 35. I seen an Asian guy. He's 35. He looked 17. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but they
my,
hold they
his,
hold their they hold their age very well, and
oh my
so
God. His age, like I seen another one. I was watching this
so
show.
do African Americans. They hold their age very well too, and
Really?
Jamaicans.
Huh.
Yeah, like I can't tell how old the Jamaican that I work with is
Yeah.
until they get really old and they start getting the gray hair.
Huh. Well, that Asian guy, he held his age really well. So I don't know how old the kid was. I just know that he had such a, I don't know. But I mean, he was bold enough. It's very difficult for men to just sit there and stare a woman in her face and say, "You are so pretty."
People
Um,
from India too hold their age very well. There's a lot of girls at my work that they look like I legit think they're 18 years old and they're like 25, 26. I'm like, "What? Where?"
Hope everyone is doing great today. Oh, Susan.
And then the one girl that I work with, she gets mad at me because I tell everybody that she's a dentist because she is a dentist, but she's a dentist in India. But she can't be a dentist in Canada. So she's forced to pack vegetables with me.
Why can't she be a dentist in Canada?
Well, she can if she goes back to school for it, but that costs a lot of money. You can't just go from India to here and be a dentist.
So laden. Oh,
He is the
I
cougar.
don't.
Yes.
I think that there is some
Or
truth
a
to.
MILF.
I think there's some truth to the statement because I mean I think I like the guys to look attractive enough
I
for
used
me to
to,
want to flirt. And
when I
I'm just not flirting with the older gentleman. I think that's where the disconnect is actually coming in at. You guys should have helped me with that during the 6 months that I was online. Because remember, I had an age bracket, I had an age group, you know. But maybe those men just aren't attractive enough
I
to
used to
me.
like going when I was single and I was like, I think I was like 28, 29 ish. There used to be a bar in London and it was called, oh, I forget the name of it now. But, anyways, we used to call it the Cougar Bar because older women go there and all the college kids would hit on you and you'd feel so special because all these kids were hitting on you. So we used to call
That's
it the Cougar Bar. That's why I can't remember the real name of it because we used to call it the Cougar Bar. Mm-hmm.
the cougar bar, huh?
Yeah.
Just this is all I'm
And
looking.
all the young
I'm
college
looking to use this
university guys.
candle. Okay, y'all can you see it? I'm looking to use this candle.
Have
Mm,
you even tried using it?
no, no, nope.
Why?
Because this right here, this is the
Do you guys have
set,
charm aromas in the States?
huh?
Charm aromas?
What's the charm aroma?
Candles and they have rings in them and stuff? And you burn them down till you can get the ring out?
Oh, I don't know. They probably do. I mean, that's a great gimmicky idea. I would definitely do something. For me, this is I'm waiting to fill an order so that I could, I'm gonna have a ritual. I'm gonna burn my candle. I'm gonna put all my little sage and rosemary and jasmine.
And
You
bring
know,
out your toy?
and what?
And bring out your toy?
No, this is when I get an actual man. I'm gonna have an actual ritual. I'm gonna pay homage. I'm gonna do.
He'll be coming. He'll be coming in your room like, what? What? You had a man in here without
Look, I'm gonna
when I
cast a
wasn't here?
spell. I'm gonna cast a spell. So that's why I'm waiting and
Oh, a
holding out.
spell. Now she wants to do a spell. So we have to do. We have to learn potions for love is in the air,
Make sure y'all come up with some good stuff.
and we'll create a potion. That's a
Oh,
good idea for one of the shows.
you're
Let's
gonna
make
give
a
me a
potion.
love potion. Oh
What
my gosh.
potion? 99. Gail's like, oh my god, Liz. Hey, I'm sure everybody else was thinking it too when she said she's bringing out the candles. Ah!
Sue, Sue. I swear I did not have the best luck. I learned so much though. And looking back, my disappointment in men was just hilarious to unfold and things. I'm gonna probably do a recap on Love Is in the Air of my dating failures and woes. But
Taco Bell.
oh, Taco Bell, that was decades ago, but that definitely, reigned supreme inside. I don't think her son was Liz. My son was what? My son. He's had some great successes. Definitely. He said, yeah, I think he's a professional air drummer. And he left his wallet at home. That definitely sounds like someone I would date. Oh, oh gosh. Thinking the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, love potion. And that's what I'm waiting for. Once I see the guy, and there's connection, there's chemistry. I tell you, you can come home with me. That doesn't necessarily mean what it probably would mean if Lizzie said it. Uh, it's a way to shock them and kind of get an honest reaction.
Oh,
That's what that's
seriously,
for.
I want to make this love potion on air.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, we'll get all the ingredients, and we need like a little pot or something,
I got
like
a pot.
like a witch's pot or
I
something.
don't know if I call it a witch's pot. I use it to burn down candle wax when I make homemade candles. Wow.
We got to
Wow.
do. This is the thing. Love is in the air. 2025. We're making potion.
So we're gonna make a love potion, guys. Obviously, and we're gonna really kind of deep dive into. We didn't do enough. We're gonna deep dive into red flags and why they are red flags. How to overcome it. You ever start dating someone, you like them, and then the red flags come out? What do? Because red flags supposed to keep you, supposed to stop you.
You
You
know what, though? Sometimes you are so gaga over
gone.
the person.
Yep, you're so gone.
You avoid the red flags until it's too late because they go. Psh, psh,
So
psh.
one of the ladies that I worked with last night, I don't know how we got on this topic, but we got on the topic of the Ten Commandments and which of the Ten Commandments that we had broken in our lifetime.
Oh yeah, I'm going to hell already. I already figured this out a long time ago. I broke them a long time ago.
How many of the Ten Commandments have you broken?
Well, I know
And
one for sure.
I know of one also. So that's the one of the topics that we were on last night, and it's so obviously you don't want to have you don't when it's with coworkers you don't want them to see too much of your personality and things, and so that's the difficult part. Regardless of where sometimes you ignore red flags, then you marry them, and then you get divorced. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Um,
Then he married them and then he get divorced. Yeah, my ex-husband. I
there
should have
is
didn't have a job, had no way of supporting me. What the heck was I thinking? Oh yeah, I was 18 and being silly.
it happens. So I
What are you
wanted
gonna?
to show you guys. This is the list of the Ten Commandments. Without going into too much,
Oh yeah, because I
obviously no
don't
other
remember.
gods.
I don't remember them all.
Okay, so that's why I'm going. Now this is like a shortened list. I think it was the quickest one I could find. And what I like about it is it just puts it in like regular terms. No other gods. That's the idolatry. Obviously you shouldn't worship other gods. Thou shalt not repackage God. I'm not really sure, on that one. It
Where the
obviously
heck did you find these? These aren't the Ten Commandments.
it's Google. Okay, you want to go to a different Ten Commandments?
Well, my kids
We're
already
just
throw
trying
it that way. Honor thy father and thy mother. They don't honor me that well.
um stop it. We can do it this way. Okay, shall have no other gods before me. Two, shall not make idols, idolatry. You shall not take the name of the Lord in vain. We do that one a lot, right? How many people say, "Oh
But I
my,
don't.
you know what?"
You don't mean to do it. It's just.
Correct.
Yeah, we're all going to
Remember
hell.
the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. Six,
I
you
try
shall not
telling them
murder.
I work all the time that we shouldn't work on Sunday, but they just don't seem to understand. I don't know.
Isn't the Sabbath Saturday? See, I don't know. Seven, shall
Well,
not commit
some religions is
adultery.
Saturday, some are Sunday.
Okay. 8, you shall not steal. 9, shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. And 10, you shall not covet. Of these 10 commandments, which do you feel is the single most broken commandment?
Does it tell you?
Now, I'm asking you,
Oh, probably using the Lord's name in vain,
do you guys
or
in the audience agree?
or yeah, I don't know. But there's people that believe in other gods. There's other religions that believe in other gods.
I'm going to say, and it could be a tie, but overwhelmingly, when I asked the question last night and when we talked, number
You
7.
guys were talking about 10 Commandments last night.
Number 7.
What
You
kind
shall
of
not.
bar drinking was this?
I said the same thing. People idolize money. That is true too. That is true. Um, Overwhelmingly, I mean, it was overwhelming when we talked. The girl that brought it up, I think she was purging because she was drunk. She got there first. She had to have been on her fourth drink by the time I got there. And so she was like, I guess, having a conscious moment while she was drunk. And she said, "Oh my God, guys, I feel so bad." I'm like, "Why? What's going on?" "I've broken so many of the 10 commandments." "Oh, we going there." "Okay." And then she goes around, "How many have you broken?" And people started answering. And I'm like, "You've broken 10 commandments?" Oh my gosh. So I said that I broke one, and it was lying. I guess that's number 9. You shall not bear false witness. And they were like, "You, who have
Oh,
you
we
lied
all
to?"
lie.
We
So
all bear
yeah,
false witness.
probably that's probably the main one.
You think that's it?
Yeah.
It was 7.
What?
Adultery.
Oh
Each and every
wow.
one of them. Each and every one of them.
Had an affair?
What a married man.
Wow.
I was shocked myself. I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to know y'all this well. We co-workers.
You
The
need to go.
Sabbath is Saturday,
You need
not
to
Sunday."
go hang out with them more, Tia.
It's your kind of crowd, huh? You are so bad, Lizzie.
Hello? Who's here?
So
Hello?
you guys know I do not. I'm not 29. In other words, I'm not telling y'all how much over 29 I am. I'm just not 29. There we go. So that is um, I do try not to use the Lord's name in vain, but I'm pretty sure that one is pretty high up there also. My love for my grandkids is number one. So, you know how I feel about grandkids. I want grandkids. I feel like, there's a little pressure. You're so bold, Gail. You know what? You need a crown. You're having a crown moment where you are sharing. I am not there at all. I don't know how old I'm going to be before I ever embrace it, but I've never embraced any age. Duh. Tammy, you mean you knew that I wasn't 29? Is that what you're saying? I'm offended by that. I'm offended. Well, Tia, your kids are close to 30, if not 30 already. My son is older. I will be 67 on the 23rd. Look at y'all embracing all of this. I will be 29 this December. I'm going all the way. And tell somebody like, "What? What? She's what?" Nuh-uh. Until somebody says that, um, I'm gonna be 29. Yeah, I just told y'all how a little boy, he's I don't know how old he was. He was so cute. But when he hit on me, that gave me a couple more years to be 29. That's all I can say. He restored. You know, they say you renew, you restore. That's exactly what occurred. That was like, he just bought me more time. He just bought me more time. So, if I am going through my little retirement ritual and one person is like, you look like you about 30, 32. Guess what? I'm not telling nobody I'm retiring. That is a lie again, Tia. Yep. Why not just go ahead on and be consistent at this point, Sue? I'm just, you know, being consistent. One
Listen,
thing that everybody can say for sure is when someone says, "How old is Tia?" You guys are all going to be like 29 again.
29 again
29
and again and again and again.
again.
Oh,
Who was that? Was that Yvette?
oh, well, it was Yvette, but I had to go to the washroom because Tia thinks this is a 2 hour live, and Lizzie can't hold her bladder for 2 hours straight.
Listen, you have 30 minutes. Like it's definitely a 2 hour live. I'm just confused
I
at this
know,
point.
but I can't hold my pee that long, so there's got to be an intermission where I leave for a little bit because I can't hold it.
You do have to be 62. I do have a few years to go, not a lot, but I do have a few years to go before I can
Yeah,
collect it.
I think we should have a live where you actually reveal your real age.
That's not happening. I'll reveal my real age, the age I am today, when I'm in my 80s. I'm like, oh, I remember that show. I was at that time.
29.
I was 29 on that day.
You think
Ah,
when you're 80 years old, you're going to remember
yeah, I do.
that how old you were at this point of this show? You'd be like, I don't know, the dimensions hit me.
I think I will. Whew, I think I'll remember. You said the dimensions hit me. Stop it, girl. Um, yeah, so that's where we are. We're gonna create a love potion. We're gonna deep dive into red flags and how to best overcome them. And we're gonna, have some honest discussions
You know,
around.
we should ask too, or whatever. Um, Pet peeves of your significant other. Is there something that they do that bugs you?
So that is one of the questions that we usually like. So when we interview couples, we kind of deep dive into that. But it's very
Right?
difficult when we're interviewing couples for them to, in the moment, be able to address those concerns. We had the most honest gentleman on the show. Y'all know him best as Clementine. We asked him those questions. We deep dove into, and Clementine answered. So, we did a comparison. Is there something now that, is irritating that, before you just let go? And he talked about her cooking. So before he ate the dog food and he was okay with it. But now time has passed. They've become synonymous and they've gotten quirky and used to one another. And the same food, prepared the same exact way, it doesn't taste as appealing. And so those are
Oh,
the
but
things.
it was delicious when we first started dating.
But it was
And I
delicious.
actually
Exactly.
and I actually wanted to cook. Like he'd come over to see me, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll make supper after he came home from work." Because when we first started seeing each other, we were on opposite shifts. So when on my days off, I'd be like, "Oh, I'll cook you dinner before you go home," and then it'd be like, "Oh, this is the best food I've ever ate." Yeah, bullshit. It was apparently.
um, That's the kind of stuff that we're going to deep dive in. So obviously that means that we're going to be reacquainting ourselves with some of the couples that we had on the show. The funniest couple that we had on the show in the past 5 years, I could not stop laughing. I'm going to give that honor to, um, you guys know, Care Bear, uh,
Oh
her
yeah,
husband
they
Marlon.
were good. They were good.
Her husband Marlon, I'm going to give and bestow that honor of the funniest spouse. He was hilarious. I could not stop laughing. Um, Now we will bother him like when Care Bear's at a retreat and she's talking to him. We will bother him. We'll jump in. He's always been extremely great natured about everything. Like we'll bother him. Hey, what you doing? She get on your nerve, and he'll answer and things. Obviously, I asked them last minute be on the show. Yes, let's do it. Tia's great fun. And he was just ready. His time on the show was
Oh,
the
yeah,
best
like
time.
he films for her like every
He
time
does,
she does a video. Like what
he does
spouse
her
does
film.
that? You
Yep,
don't see Clem over here holding the camera for me so I can do an unboxing.
he's great. That's why we have the technical difficulty we have because we don't have a Marlin. So with a Marlin, you guys wouldn't see the. Oh, sorry, technical difficulty. Sorry. What should I come in on the computer or the phone? You wouldn't see any of that if we all had a Marlin. So that is, again giving that award to him because we had so much fun. That was that we were laughing from the start to the finish. The way he went in on the stashes and then the communication that he had around building this. Oh gosh, we had so much fun laughing. What do you mean? You buying a new one? So kudos to him. Kudos to Clem because Clem he put the perspective where it should be. Yeah, it's been some time now. Nope, the food does not taste like it used to.
Just
Um,
lost one of my bobby pins.
so those are definitely the avenues that you guys have to look forward to as we traverse our Love is in the Air 2025. This year 2024 was the most successful year of our collab, and so we hope to just really turn it up a notch coming into 2025.
We gotta do more advertising, Tia.
I agree, we didn't do as
I
much
think
advertising.
I wish instead of being an insurance broker, I wish you were into marketing.
I used to sell advertising. I think that's why I'm so reserved because with advertising, especially in a social aspect nowadays, it's easier to reach your target market. I had to pound the pavement. I had to get out there and walk, my territory, and I hated that. When it came to bundling ideas, I had tons of dentists and doctors because I worked for a legal newspaper that had a local, um, it was a legal newspaper called the Daily Reporter. And then they also had like a local, it was like a newsletter, but it turned out to be so big, it ended up being an additional publication. And it went out locally to the different areas. So it went out to the north side, it went out to the west side, it went out centrally downtown, then it went to the east side and the south side of the city. And so you had a territory. If you worked the east side, that was your territory. And your job was to get the businesses from the east side, to kind of advertise in the publication and things. If you worked the south side, then you did that. And so they sent out, they had all the residents' addresses and things. And obviously the ad revenue is what our salaries were based on and things. But it was a different time. This is in the early 90s, and we didn't have social media and things. So if you want to get your message out at that point, you've got to, and people don't understand that what I put in the paper today, has to really call to you next week, the week after, the week after. So we're trying to get them to do repeat business. Right now, with things going virtual, you can do one, ad or one video, and it can continue to, work word of mouth and visually for you and things. So for me, marketing, I need to be able to have the capacity to receive. If I did an online marketing campaign for my pins, do I have the inventory to be able to receive the awareness? That's what keeps me from using social media and things. Does that make sense to anybody other than me? Tammy says, Clem had me laughing so hard. That's what I was getting at when he talked about them mashed potatoes. Tammy, now
What
that's
did he
Clem.
say about my mashed potatoes?
He didn't like the way they were made anymore. You don't remember? And I think there's something about your spaghetti too. We got to talk about that. Um, um,
I ain't cooking. I'm not cooking dinner tonight now.
don't do that to him. Behind the scenes, Tammy Clementine is that, honest and things. I just wasn't expecting him to do it on the show.
Oh well, he gets like that because well, I think I've told this story before where we went to a dinner party at these people's house, and he's like, "Oh, the food was really good, but the beans were terrible." he told he tells them this, and we all started laughing because we all thought it because they were hard as a rock. You have to soak beans for a long time, like to make baked beans.
Mhm.
If you make them from dry, you have to soak them for a long time so they're not hard. Well, his were so crunchy you couldn't eat them. It comes like the food was good, but the beans sucked. We all burst out laughing. He just said that right at the dinner table.
Oh my gosh.
When he get
No,
alcohol in him, watch out. The truth will come out.
oh my gosh. Well, there you have it. So that is in essence, what we are hoping to kind of convey this 2025. Just to deep dive back in and say, hey, when we last had you on the show, that honeymoon phase where you guys were, they were building each other up. I will The only couple that I feel that didn't do that, didn't sugarcoat, was my sister Crashly and Kerwin. Crashly is so competitive. Like she was on him. Like you better get this right.
Yeah.
Poor Kerwin. He was sitting there with that phone trying to answer these questions, and I just felt all his thoughts. He was trying to pick the right one. So obviously revisiting is going to be critical. 2025 in the crafting industry is really going to be representative of probably that 5 year mark, as many of us come up on, that like this year is the fifth year of the first retreat. So it started 2020 in 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024 is the fifth year of that retreat. And so that's another reason why, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I have been to all five. So we're going to see, there's not a lot of the, what do they call us? The attendees, not a lot of the attendees that have that under their belt. So I'm going to be
You're
royalty.
a retreat lifer. You're like one of those rock groupies that go.
Aw, we already have a vote for the most romantic couple. Um, I definitely would agree that Joanna and Long Suffering are romantic. I think the best pickup I would give to I probably would give the best pickup to Tima. She picked her man up in the parking lot of church, y'all. She was parking lot pimping. So look at, good morning. It's my sister Rebecca. How are you?
I'm not seeing any of this.
You don't see it in the chat.
Oh, now I see.
Lizzie's on her phone for any of you guys. So because
Because my
she,
computer sucks. Let's just say it. My computer sucks.
there you go. And because her computer sucks, she has taken to getting online through her phone. Yes.
That's why this
I'm
stream has been
great. And how
perfect.
are you? We're
Perfect.
doing pretty good. We're revisiting our guest from Love is in the Air. And we just gave them a focus because it is coming up on about the 6 month mark before Love is in the Air starts. Yes. Um, and then obviously we take the month of March off. And then come April, you're not going to say it, Uzi? Okay, well, I'll say it. Come April, Splish Splash, Spring Bash.
Oh, yeah, the title that never ends.
This from the Tell Me a Story lady. I am not online dating. Not doing that. We are going to recap. We are going to recap, my online dating experience. I did put in the full 6 months. There's only one remaining holdout, Reginald.
Oh, we weren't gonna. We won't make it online date again.
I don't think that it's
Maybe
hard.
by February you'll have a boyfriend.
I got to do some things different. I do think that for me, taking advantage of the moments that I have when I'm out. So if somebody hits on me, obviously taking advantage of those. I can't really because I'm the butterfly princess. And when guys see me as the butterfly princess, I probably do convey a younger image. But I'm not, I mean, like this guy looked 19. And even one of the online guys, oh God, he was 23. He looked 12. He's 23, but he still looked 12. So that's a bit young. 6 months goal. It was exhausting. It was exhausting. It was definitely exhausting. I think Tia needs to use a matchmaker this year. I don't know. Because the different I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that, Sue.
Is that a real?
For I wouldn't be opposed to that, but there's some things that obviously I would have to like I'd have to build a man. I'm trying to hold a ritual. To we got a love potion to create and to bestow on someone. So I if I paid for actual matchmaking service every date,
You just bring the love potion on the date.
I don't know about that.
And just hold on to it. And then if you're like really into the guy, then you're like, okay, this is the time I sprinkle it. But
I'm not
if
opposed to that at all, Sue, about the matchmaker. And then just know that if I do a matchmaker for Love is in the Air, every date has to fit a particular category. And that's the difference. Like now, I'm so serious. Like I've created a type, which obviously we learned, right, Rebecca? As we went through this 6 months of online dating. That's a lot of online dating. And we got to meet a variety of personalities. I went on a ton of dates, a ton of dates. Some dates were great and it had me feeling all giddy. Some dates from the start, oh my Lord, what was I thinking? And so what I feel like that did was set me up to build the foundation for perhaps using a matchmaker because I know now I have a better idea of what would like to move towards, you know. And I do think that it's important. I didn't before, but I do think it's important to to be physically attracted to someone because that was the overwhelming question that a lot of people asked was, did you lean in? Did you lean in? And I didn't lean in often, and I think that matters. You know, I want someone that I want to lean in for. And there were times where, yeah, I leaned in and I might have been trying to force it also. Why? Because we've been on several dates. And is this the next natural progression? So those are things that, you know, I learned through the experience of just getting online, going on a ton of dates and stuff. Honey Bunny. Rebecca says, now that's an idea. Build a man. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start with maybe a matchmaking service. Let's see. Sorry, Tia. I give up. I can't type today. No, no love potions. We doing the love potion, Susan. And if it work, I'm gonna send you half of the concoction. There we go. Look, and then I might have to fly down to Colorado and make sure she poured on somebody.
You'll bring you a
see,
bucket full.
you see what you get yourself into by hanging out with us, Susan. You can have a relationship person for finding a man. And then she says, expert to talk about how to approach a man and dating tips. I think I learned a lot of dating tips and things like that. You guys were excellent. You gave great feedback. I think one of the biggest things that I failed at was doing some sort of virtual, like I understand how the show Catfish came to be. I didn't care about like FaceTiming and messaging and things, video chatting. Those things were, I saw their picture, I got an idea. I did try and put a little bit more time into the actual phone conversation. But then I felt like that's what we're going to meet up to do also, to spend time getting to know each other, face to face. And so I did not, that's how I got catfished those couple of times, in other words, because I wasn't doing video chats. I haven't forgotten Reggie. Reggie, is very dedicated and he calls me and he checks on me and things. So we are developing a great friendship, but some things spur from a good friendship. I feel like I've talked to him from almost the start. We had a late start getting to the dating portion. But
Is this the one that you didn't like the way he ate?
mhm, that's the bob and weave. You were the one that told me give him another chance. You said that, he could be really nice. I said, I got to look past the lot. And you were like, all I see still is sauce. So
That's when if you're starting to be friends, then that's when you can be comfortable and say, boy, slow down.
it,
Now that you're friends,
we are good. We're really good friends. Like we talk, I can tell that when he needs to talk
when you
about
can
things.
when you can tell them personal things, then that's when you know you're comfortable with a person.
Sauce could have been a love potion. Now I don't know about that. So just to share a little bit more, I think I might have told Sue that Sue was somebody that I could reach out to and I could talk to behind the scenes. She was definitely there for me because I was really mentally going through it. Like this is new, and I hadn't dated in 17 years, and this is different, And dating definitely is different now than it was 25, 30 years. I said 25. Than it was 30 to 35 years ago. And so because dating was so different, I was like confused and perplexed all the time. Like, and I'm not, I flirt when I'm the intimidator. I It's hard to flirt when somebody's intimidating to me. When I'm like, oh wow, ooh, so it's easier to flirt when I'm the intimidator. In other words, when the guy probably is not paying me any attention, like I would pay him attention, it's really easy for me to flirt. But when there could be a connection, I'm not as flirtatious and things. So obviously that's an opportunity because I feel like I should be just as flirtatious with someone that I could possibly encounter, than, an impossible situation. Like last night, the young kid, oh, he was so just, that's all he had going for him because obviously he worked at the place that we went to. Um, and he was just good looking. That's all he had going for him. He's a worker bee, and he was just staring. So um, 4 soccer games today, chasing a toddler on the sideline, and 3 games tomorrow. Oh, honey bunny. So that's probably, that next phase that, I'll be looking out for is how to kind of piece everything I learned from that journey. You guys did an amazing job giving us questions, giving me insight. Um, because
Yeah, well, we didn't accomplish.
I'm
We're all failures.
I don't say that. Reggie is still in the picture. The difficulty with Reggie, just so that you guys are all on the same page. I've talked to Rochelle and Tima behind the scenes. He is someone who he's handsome and he is on the spectrum, and so it puts me in a different perspective when it comes to how I handle him than how I handled other gentlemen. And I don't want to be cruel, and I feel like he has a job, he's functional, and we communicate, and because of that, I I want to be mindful and be respectful.
Yeah.
He's definitely
Never
shared
told
with.
this.
I haven't told a lot of people that. I was shocked when he told me. Um, yeah, and so the difficulty is when he wants to talk. It's about things that might be impacting him that he is struggling or having some sort of difficulty overcoming. So he is a teacher, and the unfortunate part is once your students become aware, or they and it happens every year because he gets new students every year. And so there's opportunities to overcome every time they have sensed. And you can, if you talk to them for a while, something in your mind says, oh, something's here, something's what's going on. So there you have it. But that's why I feel like it's a good friendship. um Again, I think he's gone on a ton of dates, and I'm not sure how. I haven't probed enough to understand how successful he's been in relationships. He doesn't have any children, and but I know that he has shared the difficulty behind, just finding somebody, and who he is at his job and things. So that's why, I'm mentally overloaded sometimes, because I've taken on maybe something that I may not cherish as much as he does. That sounds mean though, right? And putting it in that perspective. Lizzie, are you frozen or are you in deep in thought?
Deep in thought.
I thought so. I know I didn't. I haven't shared
I'm
it a
looking
lot.
at the clock.
This means I'm looking at the clock. You haven't done that once today. I'm shocked.
It's getting close to the
I
wi-
feel I feel it.
winding down
I've
time to
officially
go.
lost. What? I lost a full little man. Oh, honey bunny, congrats! You working on your tan and your oh, that is beautiful. Um, wow, you got a lot going on, honey bunny. A lot going. I mean, all of us are, in a season. I feel like, whether it's mentally, whether it's a physical season, all of us are in a season. What about you, Lizzie?
What?
You've been doing a lot of shaking and dancing today. What has got you so sentimental? I know you're not thinking about me.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Yes, there is.
This is me. Lack of sleep.
That is not my fault. I
I
went to bed on time. You didn't.
I know. And I got up early because my sister comes barging in my room saying, you have to use your phone to let me on Netflix. And I'm like, what the heck? What time is it? It was 5 in the morning. And I'm like, well, I have to go to the craft room and get my phone. She's like, I got it right here in my hand.
Oh, that's why you didn't answer my message. Okay, you did say that. I think about your season a lot. It's on my mind a lot, Rebecca. Is there a song? There's a season turn. There might be.
There is.
There, yeah, it might be. Gail says Tia hugs. That would be hard, liking him so much as a person, but being afraid he is more invested than you are. Yep, yep.
That's happened. Unfortunately, that's happened to a lot of people. Like to a lot of people. Um, they're like so in love with you, but you don't feel it back.
I'm trying not to. I'm. It's hard. I'm trying not to be critical, and I'm trying to measure the man and not the diagnosis. You know, and trying to meet him where he is. And there is a lot of patience that is being exhibited. And then, on top of that, there's, life is happening. And it's not just for me, life is happening for everyone, himself included, And for him, I'm the person that it's hard to put into words, you know. And then I have questions of my own that, surround him and then that don't. So, we'll see. We shall see.
Well, I don't have to do that on this one. Never mind. We're good.
I don't have a reason, Susan. I don't have a why. I just am I'm being meticulous in how I go through daily
I
and
get
in my
it. I get it. I get it.
yep, and in my word choice, in my communication, and how often um, you know, I don't call them up and say, "Hey, let's go hang out." I don't try to put too much in. I'm not pulling away, but it's just it's a time where I'm just extremely mindful of every communication that I have. Oh,
Mm.
honey bunny, That's so sweet. That's so beautiful. Yep. So there you guys have it.
Okay. It's okay to just to be friends.
I feel like that's where my heart
Well, then
is
you need to
leading
tell
me.
them that you need to tell them that you're not romantically invested,
Yep. Yep.
but friends, you want to be a friend.
Again, more difficult communication that just, weighs on me. Do I, you guys know me. You guys call me Shirley. Do I come across as someone who wants to have harsh, difficult conversations?
No,
Layer everything in as much love as I can. And so it's hard
you
to
can't
find,
always be the good guy.
I know. Sue says, if you can't see yourself with him, just tell him, not fair to him.
Exactly.
Yep. So
But
that is
anyway,
why
we should wrap up the show this week. It's been a slice
it's been a slice of what?
of pie,
Pie.
pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Oh, I love pumpkin pie. I like lemon meringue also. So have both if I
I
choose it.
like I like pecan pie too because it tastes like butter tarts.
That's really sweet.
I know. That's why I love it. Wish I had one right now to eat.
No, because you just like how you ate that cake and that pie and didn't share any with Clem a month ago. You can't have all of that sweets.
I want it though.
I know you do, but you can't have it. You can't have it. Just saying. If I come to Canada, whoo, girl, I'm gonna be cleaning your cupboards out. You better eat well before I arrive.
I don't have any junk food here right now. That's why I'm so depressed.
Yeah, you don't have any. That's good.
Right,
I'll
Tammy?
let you have one
Pecan pie.
slice, but you
I
know,
love me some pecan pie.
you're bad.
So good.
It's too sweet. You can't have all those sweets. You'll mess up your medicine. Your blood sugar will be all off. Lizzie. See, that's why when I come to Canada, I'm cleaning them cupboards bare. Boom.
Well, you ain't gonna find no pecan pie in my cupboard because I don't got any.
Good. Good, good, good. I'll show you how to make homemade mashed potatoes. That way, when I leave, Clementine be happy. And
No,
we
no,
go to,
I'll make you my mashed potatoes, and you're gonna love them.
I don't know. I'm going to go with my boy Cliff.
She doesn't even
And
trust
we're
me.
going to have a session like how me and my niecey Pooh did when I was in Michigan. We're going to have a session in the kitchen where I'm gonna help you out with your spaghetti also. Uh, and then you'll have two go-to dishes that Clem will love.
Nothing wrong with my spaghetti either.
Okay.
Oh, she's going to do a Saturday show, so that's our cue to go.
Post in where we can find you at. Need to do a Saturday show.
Bye.
Okay, see you, Rebecca.
Bye, everybody. My spaghetti rocks. Okay, I gotta go to J Rob's and learn how to make spaghetti.
I just said I will teach you, and you said, Now you're like, oh, but I'm gonna go get a lesson from Honey Bunny.
J Rob's J Rob's closer than you.
Yeah, she's a lot closer. You can get to her in the morning. Go in the morning, make spaghetti, take it home. All righty. Well, It has been a
Well, we'll
great.
just cheat and go to the Olive Garden.
Why are you laughing? That's my favorite restaurant.
I know, mine too. In the States, because we don't have it here in Canada.
Stop. Are you serious?
I'm serious. We have Eastside Mario's. It's kind of like Olive Garden, but not. Same kind of idea, but it's called Eastside Mario's. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing. That's the commercial. Yeah.
You so silly.
It's true.
Gail says, have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Lizzie and Tia. Thank you
Bye.
guys for all coming out, hanging out with us, having a great way to kick off our Saturday morning. What you got planned today, Lizzie?
Diamond paint and do laundry.
Laundry. Okay. I will be going up the mountain again today. Yep. Up the mountain. I get up there. I can hardly breathe when I'm up there, but something about that air. Cynthia, thank you
Cynthia's
for
been here the whole
coming. You've
time.
been here all that time and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Cynthia.
She's too busy diamond painting.
That's what we're here.
Anyway, let's go because we're already past 2 hour mark.
Okay, let's go hang out.
You're killing me.
You do know,
Bye,
guys, that we're
everybody.
just turning this off. We'll still be here for another 2 hours.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Tammy. I will.